Hi everybody, I'm Ed.
And I'm Sandy.
And we're over the hills 2019. And we've got some great videos for you. Before we get into any of those though, I want to just address, we've been absent for some time. Anybody that watches our channel knows that. And it's not for bad reasons. We haven't given up what we're doing, far from it. We've been really busy actually. And we're going to have some great videos coming up. Everything from camp hosting experiences, other kinds of experiences, sort of like that. We've just been doing some amazing stuff, lots of traveling. So we've got some great content for you coming down the road. And we hope you enjoy it. Now, this particular one is about our good old place, Fort Bragg. And Fort Bragg was our first experience with the Pacific Ocean. As many of you may know if you watch our channel, Sandy and I lived for over 20 years on the Outer Banks of North Carolina, mostly in Kill Devil Hills and Kitty Hawk. And so the contrast between the Atlantic coast and the Pacific coastline, the geography, everything was just amazing. Both are treasures, are national treasures, but they're just different, and therefore comes the enjoyment. So we got a great video for you. Do you have anything else you'd like to throw in?
Should we leave our second location in this video as a surprise, or should we tell them about the other half of the video?
I always go for surprises.
Okay, it's going to be a surprise.
All right.
But there is another location besides Fort Bragg in this one.
That's true. And, as God is my witness, I thought it was the world's largest auto parts store. But it's not.
That's a hint.
So let's get the show on the road, everybody. Thanks so much for your patience and staying with us and watching the other video. If you enjoy it, please go ahead and subscribe. Thanks to all our wonderful friends we've made over the years that have stuck with us during this absence. And again, it's for wonderful reasons, no negative things. And we've got a lot of great content to show you down the road. So we hope you enjoy this one, and we hope to see you around. If you have any questions or comments for future videos, please go ahead and send them, and we'll be happy to read them. And that's it. So let's get the show started. See ya.
Take care. We left Grey Eagle at around 9 o'clock in the morning, which is very early for us. We drove up over Gold Lake Highway through Sierra City and Downeyville. Even though I was driving, these roads were so windy, curvy that I was actually getting car sick. By the time we got to Yuba City, we were more than ready to stop for a few minutes and grab some breakfast. And what better place to stop than Lumberjack's Restaurant?
So we drove out of the Sierra Mountains going west, and we just went through Yuba City, taking a little bit of a mini vacation. And what an elevation change. So there's some mountains over here, but we've gone from around 4,500 feet to 44 feet, and no wonder it's so hot. 104.
We drove around the east side of Clear Lake. Very pretty. After going through the small town of Willits, we started back into the hills and the windy, curvy roads. Our first view of the Pacific Ocean was at an ocean access just north of Fort Bragg, General was so excited. We think he could hear the waves and smell the salt water, but he pulled Ed all the way down to the water. Very different from the ocean we spent the last 20 years on, but very beautiful. And the seaweed is huge. This is called ice plant, and unfortunately, it's an invasive species. At some of the beaches, folks are trying to tear it out and burn it. We checked out a couple of different beaches in Fort Bragg, then decided it was time for dinner. We went to the wharf, where we had a really great view of the inlet. In the morning, we got going around 10 a.m. and explored one more beach in Fort Bragg.
Well, the Pacific coast sure is different from the Outer Banks. I mean, there's coves with sand and stuff, but otherwise it's a rocky shoreline, at least where we're at. It's beautiful though. And General loves the beach.
Then we started heading south on the Pacific Highway 1. Our plan was to stop and take pictures at every roadside pull-off we came across. It wasn't long before we got to the Point Arena Lighthouse. Very pretty area. And do you see the seals down on the rocks? There was a cute little cafe at the end of the street, so we stopped for lunch and were very surprised to find fried pickles on the menu. Yum! And back on the road.
So Sandy and I are on Highway 1 up the coast to California, and we'll pull over every once in a while to do pictures and that. I cannot show you what we're seeing through there, but out on that, there's an island out there. There's like 3 of them, all 3 lumps. She noticed whales next to one, so I got the binoculars out and we were looking at whales. And then I realized as I panned over onto those large rocks that the one to the right's covered with birds of some kind, can't tell, but the center one's all covered with sea lions. It's absolutely amazing. This trip is just fantastic. Oh my gosh. I'm a happy camper. Literally. This is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Unreal. Oh, it's just drop dead gorgeous, man. And we've seen whales today and sea lions, and I saw a bald eagle a little bit ago.
This last beach we stopped at was Arched Rock Beach, which is just north of Bodega Bay, which very quickly became one of our favorite places. After Bodega Bay, we drove through the very small town of Bodega, where the movie Birds was filmed, then through Sebastopol and Santa Rosa, and over the hill to Calistoga. We got to our hotel in St. Helena just as it was getting dark, and I guess because we were so late in getting in, they had to upgrade us from a standard room to a garden room because we booked a pet-friendly room and none of the standard pet-friendly rooms were left.
So we're in the Napa Valley and grabbed a hotel room, and check this out. Now, the last hotel room we stayed at was pretty bad, but this being the Napa Valley, and hey, you're on vacation, so why not enjoy? Check this out. Look at this. Nice bathroom, man, compared to what we had yesterday. Comes with a dog. And nice headboard, just good wardrobe, everything we need, except USB ports, but we have a workaround for that. And woohoo! When's the last time you saw one of these? But it's a nice room. So we had a little bit of a laugh at General's expense. As you can see in the background, there's a sliding glass door and a nice patio area out there. Anyway, we were outside, opened up the door, he came out, and I shut the door, and when he turned around to walk back in, he just walked right into the door. I don't think it hurt him any except his dignity. The cameras, pay attention. He doesn't listen. Well, anyway, we're in the Napa Valley, and you can imagine my disappointment that it does not contain the world's largest auto parts store.
Go on, figure.
Anyway, Sandy, here's to you, and Todd,
and to you,
and all the blessings we have in our lives, like all our family and friends. Blessings to every one of you. God bless.
Cheers.
Now I know why I'm a bourbon guy, but y'all take care. So we are visiting a winery today.
Castello di Amorosa, the Castle of Love.
Castle of Love. Ooh.
Take the next left, then your destination will be on the right.
Yeah, lady, put a sock in it. Okay. Ooh, fancy. Alright.
Pick up this way.
The Napa Valley, eh?
The next morning, the first place we wanted to visit was Castello di Amorosa Winery, which was built in the form of a medieval castle. Because COVID was still active at this time, they would only let people on the grounds who had made a purchase online for pickup or who had scheduled a tour of the castle. So we ordered a bottle of wine online for pickup, and in we went. While I was picking up our order, Ed managed to escape and get some pictures of some of the other rooms that people usually don't see unless they take the tour. Yay, Ed! Pretty awesome place. Here are just a few pictures of the Bale Grist Mill State Historic Park. Unfortunately, it was closed the day we were in town, so we weren't able to see any more of this. Our next stop was Beringer's Winery. This is the oldest continuously operating winery in California. Here, we were able to pay a small fee and be able to tour the whole property on our own. Pretty awesome place. This is the Rhine House, built in 1884, where the family used to live. It's set up for wine tastings now, but it must have been quite the place back in the day. Just beautiful. And this is the Napa Valley Wine Train, where you can book tours of the Napa Valley and enjoy wine tastings and gourmet food along the way. After driving all the way through the Napa Valley, from north to south, we got on Interstate 80 and headed back to Grey Eagle.